What's going on, guys? What's going on, Thai Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, so I am predicting the Indiana Fever and the Las Vegas Aces. This is game 3 of the playoffs, and I think this series has been interesting. Like Caitlyn hasn't played a single game in this series. Like, I think the way that Indiana is playing this year has been amazing, but without Caitlyn, they got so far. Without Caitlyn out, they have gotten so far. How great Caitlyn Clark is as a WNBA player, she's amazing. Let's not get that out of the way that Caitlin Clark is an amazing WNBA player. It is going to be probably a probably like a good series that we have seen because of how the Fever won game 1 and then the Aces won game 2 by a blowout. Do I think that when I see this series in 5 games, like this probably will go to 5 games. I think when you have Kelsey Mitchell, when you have Lexi Holt, um Elaine Boston, there is going to be those 3 players that are going to step up, including Indiana's Indiana's bench, because last 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 year I believe that Indiana wanted to get where they wanted to go, like that I'm looking at right now, because this Fever team got to the second round, beat the Dream the first round. Like, it's hard to say in a sense of, like, on the other side of things, you have a 4-time MVP in Aja Wilson. It's the Aces' goal. I mean, that is the Fever's goal, is to get back to the finals and win championships. Because I honestly believe that if the Fever win this series, or if the Aces win this series, I honestly believe that both of these teams, like, could get to the finals or and win a championship. Like, when I look at that and I say, well, there are 2 different things: that one star is completely healthy in Aja Wilson, who has had an amazing season so far. Like, Aja has had an amazing season. Like, Aja, not forget that they also have Chelsea Gray. They also have Jackie Young. They have Joy Loyce, who they traded for in the off season last year. When I look at this Aces team, like, this Aces team doesn't have doesn't have Kelsey Plum anymore. Doesn't have Kelsey Plum anymore. When I saw the Aces last year, I definitely thought that this that Aces team had a good chance to win the title last year, but for the Liberty to win a title last year, like, if I saw the Liberty how they won the title last year, and seeing now the Fever and the Aces trying to get to winning a title this year. I could say that both of these teams are looking at probably a game, a game, and a game 4, game 5, because if somehow in game 3, somehow in this game, game 3, if Kelsey Mitchell goes for 34 like she did, or if somehow the Aces do what they did game 2, where they probably send a double team to Kelsey Mitchell, or they probably let somebody else from the Fever try to hit shots like Sims, like Lexi Holt, like you can't let Indiana. The one thing is that the Aces can't let Indiana let Kelsey Mitchell go off for 34. How great Kelsey Mitchell's season has been, it has been a good season for her. Like look how far Kelsey Mitchell and how her and Elaine Boston led this Fever team a a championship, to a almost to a second round that last year, honestly, I thought the Fever could do. But when you have like a healthy, I think if Caitlin comes back, either this series or next year, I think the Fever can do this again. Like it isn't the Fever season isn't over, but I get that it's 5 games and you have to figure out how to win a game here, because if somehow like Elaine Boston was was boxing Asia out the other night. Like if Elaine Boston can box out Asia Wilson for at least the full game, for the entire game, you're able to win that game. But the matchup will always be, I think, in this series, is Elaine Boston versus Asia. Because those two are like going to be going to be Hall of Famers. They're going to be Hall of Famers. Like you can put Caitlin Clark in that conversation when she's healthy. Angel Reese when she's healthy. Brianna Stewart when she's healthy. But when I say that the matchup of this series has been Elaine Boston versus Asia Wilson, like I could bring up probably like from game 1, from the start of this series, that probably it was Jackie Young versus Kelsey Mitchell. Like matchups always change in a game of a 4, if it's basketball, if it's football, if it's soccer, if it's baseball, because those matchups every single time changes. Because when I see what both of these teams are trying to do in the last two series in game one and game two, it's going to be interesting to see if somehow you can have the same adjustments for game one and game two. That is going to be the biggest question. Like, who's going to make the same adjustments? Who's not going to make the same adjustments? Who's going to change their adjustments on the court? But guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And stay blessed, everybody. In peace.